going to repot this plant. Um, it's it's an Epipremnum pinnatum. I call this the, what do I call this? The camouflage. Take a look. It's beautiful. It's a beautiful plant, guys. So it's an endemic species of Epipremnum pinnatum here in Palawan, in the Philippines. So I hope you're doing great, guys. Happy weekend. Let me just set it up. While we're waiting for more people to join us. Hey, we have 4 people already. It's just a little bit noisy here, guys. Oh, wait. Oh, I think I have to adjust it. Do a repotting session, guys. What did I eat today? Uh, Early today I had uh, eggplant, I think, and eggs and eggplant, and some hot dog. Where are the other comments? Hi to Sanatan Bartia. Can you guys tell me where are you from? And to Tessable, shout out to you. To Julian, blessed rainy Sunday to all. Thank you. I'm just glad it's not raining here right now because it's been raining in the Philippines in most parts of the Philippines for the past few days, right? I think even for a week already. And Tessabo is from Caloocan City. That's here in the Philippines also. Jeng Jeng is from Zamboanga. It's also sunny there. Oh, I'm glad. I'm glad. Because this is actually the first time that I can get to do gardening because the past few days it's been raining really hard. Hi to Linda Ambrose from Sabah, Malaysia. Hi. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, today, guys, I was supposed to shoot for a video, but I don't know. I'm not as motivated as I used to be. I don't know why. There are just those, like bad days. Oops. And hi to plant lover from Indonesia. Hi. Thanks for joining us. I think I'm having a problem with this leaf. Let me just hide it. Yeah. All right. So I have here, guys, my soil mix. Can you see? Oh, you can't see it. It's so hard. It's already in the tripod. So I have here my soil mix, and I'm just gonna mix them and uh, and repot. I'll be using this. This is actually a trash bin. So it's not really like a pot, but it's a trash bin that I bought for, how much is this? maybe 80 pesos. So that's approximately $2, $2 US. And I just put holes using iron, heated iron. See that? It's not perfect. Let me just say hi to some people. International. Oh, madami nga dito mga ano. We have people from other countries. So that's why I'm speaking in English. So Deshable is saying, can you sell me Tycons even if it's one leaf? Just can't afford it because it's expensive. Just my wish plant, thanks, and more power. Well, I only have one Thai constellation, and it's also small. It has only two leaves, and right now it's not really ready for propagation because it has no stem. There's only one stem, and it's like planted on the ground directly. So there are just two leaves that uh, spring out from the ground. So really no aerial roots, nothing. So I think we'll have to wait for that. If I have to sell it or propagate it next time. Oh, let me just fix my microphone. Can you hear me, guys? I hope that you can hear me. Just let me know if you're not hearing me. So, okay, so we'll be propagating this plant, this one. It's an Epipremnum pinnatum camouflage, and it's a beautiful plant. But I actually don't see a lot of this variety elsewhere. I see a lot of mint, a lot of uh, albo or aurea, but I don't see this type. Probably because this is endemic to my province here in the Philippines. So you don't get to see a lot of this being sold, for example. So this is something that is not yet commercially available. Okay. I'll just try to lower this. And here's my garden. Can you see some of my plants back there? Okay. So I'm just gonna mix this, guys. So we have here some cocoa cubes, chopped cocoa, coconut husks, and this is called uh, this is a rice hull that's carbonized rice hull, and soil, just regular soil because uh, do you know, guys, that Epipremnum pinnatum actually likes just regular soil. But for this time, we will try to have a little bit of soil mix with only three types. Usually, I'll have more, like I will include acacia leaves and charcoal. But today, We're just gonna mix this. Gonna use these three ingredients for our soil mix. Yay! So tell me, what are your gardening schedule for the weekend? What did you do so far? Oh, by the way, I also did the polling up for my syngoniums. So I put them on a pole so they can climb. So that's what I did today, and this one as well. Yay. All right, guys. So I'm done with in mixing the soil. It's a little bit. Yeah. So the next step is to put the our soil mix here in the trash bin that I made into a pot. Oh, let me just see some people. Hi to Mom Jing. Thank you, Mom Teshabel. Plant lover, what's my favorite plant? I have a lot. I love syngoniums because they're easy to care for, and I love primnums also. I love calatheas. A lot of tropical plants, really. So basically, tropical plants, monsteras. I'm now collecting philodendrons. I'm starting to collect philodendrons. That's my current craze right now because before, the price of philodendrons shoot up, so I can't afford them. A lot of them became really, really expensive. But now, it's not as the craze is not as before. So many plants also have become in the lower range of price that I can already afford. A few of them, not everything. Okay, so hi to Teresita Obra. Hi to. Am I bald? No, I'm not. I'm just wearing this cap right now. Okay, guys, just ask me questions. What we can chat while I'm working on this. Never mind what I'm doing right now, because I'm thinking I would just like to be with you guys while I can be also productive at the same time. So this is it. We can talk like we're in one garden or like garden buddies, and we can work and talk at the same time. Ganda yung ganun, di ba? Sa mga Pinoy. Magkausap ka habang nag-garden. You can talk with someone while you're doing stuff in your garden. It's very productive. Hi to Ma'am Jing. Maulan pa rin sa Pangasinan. Oh yeah. Are monstera hard to take care of from Jing Jing? Actually, it depends. Um, for example, the common monsteras like Monstera um, deliciosa or Monstera borsigiana, those are easy to care for plants. And a lot of monsteras are also easy to care for plants as long as they have already established themselves and they have jump started their growth. You know the Monstera deliciosa in Hawaii, in some parts of the world where they are originally found. They're they're very invasive, guys. And I know here we, especially during the start of the pandemic, Monstera deliciosas are kind of expensive, but in other places they are actually considered to be invasive plants. So you can just find them in the wild, growing, and that they tend to grow so fast that uh, they became invasive. Yeah. Well, I'm just filling it up with soil. That's what I'm doing. I'm filling it up with soil, and oh, basically that's it. Let me just maybe have this like a little bit like that, so you can see what I'm doing. Can oh, still can't see me doing anything, and it's become worse. Oh, damn. Maybe have it like anyway, guys. Um, kaya nga eh. Let me just say hi to Christian Glenn Franny. Where are you from, Christian Glenn? Recommendations for plant sellers that sell good quality plants at cheaper price. I actually I don't know where are you from, but I'm from the Philippines, and the sellers here probably are some people you don't know. And I actually also live in the province in the Philippines, not in the capital of the Philippines. So the sellers in Manila, I'm not really familiar with a lot of them. A lot of the plants that I have are are plants that I just bought locally, like here in my place. So I don't know if, but if you ask me, if you live in Palawan, if you ask me, I can do a lot of recommendations for you. But then a lot of the local sellers here don't have the phytosanitary permit, so they don't export plants elsewhere. Hi to see Christian Glenn is from Muntinlupa. Okay. Hi to Jay's Tito Plants. Oh, there's a Plantito also from Palawan, from Puerto Princesa City, my city. Um, Ma'am Jing, yes, the weather here is okay, just today, because for the past days, it's been raining really hard. All right, guys, so I just filled it up with our soil mix composed of carbonized rice hull, the cocoa chips, and what else? Just regular soil. And the next thing that we will do is to plant this. So I have already propagated this. This is uh, an Epiprimnum, variegated Epiprimnum pinnatum called the camouflage. So there's actually a lot of demand from me of this plant. So and I wasn't ready for it. So I only have like two plants right now. But luckily, I was able to propagate this some time ago, and I just totally forgot about it. So I tried to look for it and found it, And now, so here we are, we're repotting this. So it already has really good roots. The leaves are not so good because variegated plants are very sensitive, guys. So they tend to be really sensitive with too much exposure to lighting, too much water, a lot of things, and even with pests. So that's the thing about variegated plants. When you have variegated plants, you have to spend more time taking care of them, because the reason for that is because they don't produce their own food, and they are not as strong and as resilient as the regular leaves, as the non-variegated plants. So that's why. But hopefully, um, in the future, this will become more lush. Okay, so what I'm doing right now is just putting. So the way to plant the Epiprimnum pinnatum is, uh, if this is the soil, okay, you don't insert the stem like in the soil, because this one is very prone to root rot. Actually, this one is already rotten. See that? So it's dead already because of water. And what we will do is, just when we plant, I will just insert the roots in the soil and leave the stem on top of the soil. So what we will do is just insert this in the soil. Even in Monstera, guys, a lot of people are doing this when they repot or propagate. Like if you have a small cutting with an aerial root, just leave the stem on top of the soil and insert the aerial root in the soil, so that the stem will not be susceptible to root rot. Okay, let me just read some comments after this. All right, we're finished. See that? This is the stem, guys, and I just inserted the root in the soil and leave the stem on top, and of course this also. Okay, let me just say hi again. Hi to Mark Million and Karishma Brahma from India. Uh, Thank you so much, Karishma. Yes, I have over 1,000 plants in my backyard, mostly tropical plants. Hi to Vlados Rybinowski. I don't know how to read that. I'm assuming he or she is from Europe, probably in Russia or somewhere. Am I right? Julian, yeah, they lack in chlor. They cannot produce sugar. The variegated plants, or if they can, it's very limited. Not like the green leaves. So, actually, it's a condition that that prevents them from producing sugar for the plant. So, if you have variegated leaves in a plant, they are somehow considered liability rather than asset, because they do not do so much for the plants, unlike the regular leaves. That's why if you have variegated plants, it will require more care coming from you. They are prone to a lot of things, prone to root rot, prone to pests, and all those stuff. But a lot of people are very they're crazy about variegated plants. So, but in nature, actually, Variegated plants for the plant itself. I mean, they they would say probably to these leaves get the hell out of my system because you know if they can only choose the leaves, they will probably not choose the variegated leaves because, like what I said, it's a liability for them. All right, so I'm done. Let me just read some comments. Oh, Viado is from North Macedonia. Hi. Macedonia is where Alexander the Great came from, right? And Mark Milan, Philippines. Hi to Shabi. Big fan daw siya. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. So, and also, guys, it's my first time to have an internet connection. Uh, that is not from mobile data, you know. So I'm just kind of like testing it, and I'm really happy that I have now a connection. So I can go because I did live like a couple of days ago and like few weeks ago, and it was a disaster because it's very it's not so good. The quality of the connection was really really bad. Like I look pixelated and all. Anyway, how does it appear on your screen? I hope that it's a lot better. But I know it's a lot better. I'm just not sure if it's like the crisp type quality. Okay, so do you have any questions, guys? I'll be happy to answer your questions. Let me know. I'm just working here, checking your questions, answering your questions while we're working on this. Okay, so there are questions here. Hi, Kuya Ron. Kuya Ron is from Palawan also. Kuya Ron in the island. Hi to Jing is asking, how is your routine garden? Is it every day or every morning or so you arrange the setup of your garden? Definitely not because uh, plants will hate you if you rearrange it every so often. So I try to arrange my plants. For example, if I'm making a new focal point, so that's the only time that I arrange a plant. And if I observe that some plants in the focal point that I arrange or in a spot that I arrange are not doing so well because it happens. It happens. Um, like people, some plants also hate to be beside another plant. That is really true, guys. You know, like you hate some people, right? Plants also, it happens to them. Like this plant doesn't like to be near this plant. And also because maybe of environmental factors, like this plant is supposed to be a sun loving plant or a light loving plant. And in my arrangement, it was placed in a dark area. So that's a problem. All right. So if I observe that this plant is not doing so well in an area where I arranged it previously, I will remove it from there and place it in a more suitable place. Let me just get this. All right. Let me just read some more questions here. Uh, I mean, do you? I I do sometimes, Dang. Um, when I feel like when do I rearrange them? I rearrange them maybe if I don't like how it's looking. or I have a better idea, but not so often. Like I know a lot of people are rearranging their plants every week, and we're joking like your plants are getting dizzy with what you're doing to them, you know, like that. I'm not that type. Anyway, so Kuya Ron's asking how hard to maintain plants. That, just like what I have in my background. Pretty easy, guys. Pretty easy. These are tropical plants, and by now uh, I have already get what they like. They like this. This is the perfect place or spot for a lot of plants here who loves bright indirect light, because this area has bright light, but it also has a canopy of big leaves from the Calathea lutea. So it means like they have bright lights, but it protects them from the sun, okay, from direct sunlight, which might burn some of the leaves. And at the same time, during the rainy season, the leaves will protect the smaller plants down here under the canopy from excessive rain, which is really really good. That's why I love this Galatea lutea. Aside from the fact that it's really appealing and very striking, it also has other uses. It acts like an umbrella, like a natural greenhouse to a lot of plants that's located down here. Okay, so let's move to, can monster plant propagate from its leaf? This one? No. This one is there has to be a shoot, like like a baby offspring for you to propagate it. It's like it's a calathea, so you just divide the new shoot in order to propagate it. Hi to Susma's Nepal Garden. Thank you so much. I think he or she is also a garden owner. How do I get my ideas for focal? Honestly, guys, I'm not. Prior to gardening, I'm not really a social media person. Um, I don't really like to look in Instagram or watch YouTube, and I don't even have a TV. I'm a very low tech person. And right now, I'm very, very glad that I'm that kind of person, because my idea about designs and gardening is like, it's not so influenced by a lot of people. I would say that maybe there are a few influences. One of my favorite one is forgot his name, but he's like a guru when it comes to vertical gardening. So yeah, I got some ideas from him. But when I made my tropical corner, it was just my idea. It was like I this is what I wanted, and I didn't really like look for Instagram ideas or what, because back then um, I wasn't really active in social media. I just became active now in social media because of my YouTube channel and my page. Now I'm getting more active also in Instagram, like that. So yeah, and then Karishma, can you show your fiddle leaf fig plant? Oh, I have a small fiddle leaf. Fiddle leaf fig plant is a plant I don't really like, honestly. So I'm not really so eager to buy a fiddle leaf fig plant. And rubber plants as well are some of the plants that are not necessarily plants that I hate, but plants that I'm not so excited to have. So I don't buy them. Instead of buying them, I'll probably buy another plant. So I have a small fiddle leaf fig tree which has only two leaves. It was a gift from a friend. So I don't know. It probably takes some time for me to find that right now. All right. So Who else? Kuya Ron on the island. Here in my house, we do have plants. We just water them, and that's it. I don't have ideas how to maintain its beauty. Okay, so really good because a lot of the plants. My garden is also a low maintenance garden, guys. A lot of people are thinking that I'm sleeping in my garden. Like I spend like hours and hours in my garden, which is exactly not the case. The thing is, I spend less time with my plants and in my garden. I'm more of a naturalist. I like to allow plants to grow by themselves. And I believe that plants are very self sustaining creatures because they are. Imagine this, guys. They produce their own food, they can fight their enemies, and they can communicate to their environment for them to ask for help if they're being attacked by their enemies, and they can take care of their young. And all these things that I'm saying right now are scientifically proven. So it means that plants have a way to survive. And I mean, they've been surviving for millions of years without human intervention. So here we come, plantitos and plantitas, thinking like plants cannot survive without me. And that's crazy and that's insane because plants have been surviving for billions of years, millions of years rather, without you and me. So they can't. So what I do with my garden is like I've created microclimate and I ensured that this garden is like it has a tropical jungle type environment because a lot of the plants here are tropical plants that originated from the jungle. And so because I tried to copy the original habitat, the environment in their after that, I just leave them and water them from time to time. Check on them from time to time, but basically not to stress myself to check up on every single day. Truth is, I probably spend maybe less than 1 hour in my garden on a daily basis, and I spend more hours on weekend. And sometimes I spend the whole day on weekends. But on a regular basis, like daily basis, oh, I don't. Okay, so yeah. Have you watched Plant One on Me channel videos? I did. I did. Yeah. I like the host of that Samarain Oaks. I did. And Susma's Nepal Garden, Kathmandu is cool place. Which plants is uh what? It's best. I don't. I don't really understand that. I'm sorry. Which plants is best for vertical gardens, sir? Okay, so that's what he's saying. Okay, the best plants for vertical gardens are those plants that live in a similar uh, topography. You know, like because this a vertical garden is like this. So the plants that are best also for vertical garden setup are those plants that like originally found in living on cliffs or on sloping areas. And vining plants are really good. Climbing plants, crawling plants are typically really good for vertical gardens. Why? Because they're used to it. They're used to in a sloping area or cliffs. And so when you put them in a similar setup like a vertical garden, it's not gonna be a big deal for them to adjust because well, that's that's how they are. My favorite plant, I I have a lot of favorite plants. I don't want to play favorite. I like common plants. I like some rare plants, and it's not basically about price. It's not about rarity. It's just about appreciating the plant for its unique qualities. I think that's what's important for any gardener. And hi to Mundo ni Jan. And Kuya Ron, do you have also flower plants? Most of your videos I saw just leafy plants. I don't have flowering plants. Probably except for begonias, which also have flowers. And what else? And inflorescence of some of the philodendrons, like those bulbs, and also some aglaonemas produce flowers, and a lot of these plants actually, guys, produce flowers, but they are not being propagated for their flowers, but they're being propagated for their foliage. Okay, so a lot of even the peperomias flowers, even the syngoniums have flowers. Even the podos have flowers, but it's not about the flowers. It's about the beauty of the leaves, the foliage. I'm not into flowering plants because I observed that a lot of flowering plants are, they're very high maintenance, and I don't have a lot of time to to maintain a garden right now. Jing Jing, do I have epicea? Yes, I have epicea. I love epicea. And if you check my Facebook page, I have there a picture of really big epicea, like this big, one leaf. Check it out. But now it's not like that anymore. It's smaller. It has become smaller. I don't know what happened. Hi to Pao Rivera from Kawayan City. Hi. Thanks for being here. Uh, I have very rare plants. I actually don't have a lot of rare plants. I have a few rare plants, but mostly are common plants. Maybe 98% of my plants are common plants. But the thing here in my place is this is um, this is a biodiversity hotspot. Like a lot of the plants that you can find here cannot be found anywhere else in the world. So maybe that's what makes it rare to some other place because rarity is subjected to geography, guys. So it means that what can be common here may be very rare to some other place just because of geographical factors. Okay, and what may be common also there. Like for example, monsteras are very common in the U.S. or in Netherlands or in Europe, but in Hawaii it's in the wild, but here it's not common. So especially before during the at the beginning of the plant craze, monsteras used to be really really expensive. Even the common ones like Monstera deliciosa. Um, Mundo ni Jan- Really? You don't have any idea about plants? Why are you here? Excuse me, guys. I have to drink my coffee. It's what I like here while working. I can work and drink coffee and listen to music. It's very, very relaxing and therapeutic. Uh, John, it's about time for you to be a plantito. There's always a first time. Being a plantito is not in my vein. It's not like something that I was born to do. It's something that I just discovered during the pandemic. And before that, I'm not into plants at all. I'm doing different stuff. And this is something that I can't imagine to be involved with, but I'm happy that I did. Okay, so a lot of my friends are pretty shocked that I got into plants and that I actually gained a following in plants, and it's really surprising, even for myself. Like I can't imagine that I. And also, guys, do you know that I just discovered one day that I have a talent for designing gardens, and it's amazing. It's like by this time, I suppose that a lot of people have already known their talents or skills, right? Because I'm not really young. I'm 40 years old. So by this time, a lot of people have already realized their talents, their skills. And at 40 years old, this is the first time I realized my talent for gardening. And it's really something that even amazed me myself. Uh, Jenking asks, I don't have any experience about caladium seeds. I don't know why do you have to use seeds because caladiums are really easy to propagate. Like in one bulb, you can have 100 caladiums. Just chop it in small ones, and it's really easy. Like even if you order from another place, just order for a bulb, and it will not die. It will. It's really easy to buy caladiums, I think. And uh, thank you, Mundo Nijan. Kuya Ron is about the same age as mine. Great to know that. That's why it's never too late to, you know, discover something in this life. Even probably at hi to Everlyn Sabihan from UP Diliman. No skipping ads. Thank you. That's really nice of you guys. Thank you for the support that you're giving me. I'm very inspired to do a lot of things because of you guys. Knowing, like a lot of people are messaging me and telling me like they were inspired by what I did, sending me of the pictures of their project, and it's really like heartwarming. And I feel like very honored to be a part of that. And what I like about the projects that each of these people did is the fact that it's unique in its own way. Maybe the inspiration was derived from, for example, my vertical garden or some of the focal points that were made here at the Travescape, but still, it came out like a different and something that's amazing. It's unique still. And all right. Okay, any questions, guys? It's been too long. It's already like 48 minutes. Any any plant that you're currently struggling with? Well, because I'm not really like an uh like a seasoned gardener. I'm just a recent gardener, like more than a year now. So I I wouldn't say that I know everything about gardening, of course, but I do have some personal experience with a lot of plants and a lot of varieties of plants. The reason for that is because I envision this garden to be like a biodiversity collection of a lot of species of plants. So right now, I have more than 1,000 individual plants belonging to more than 600 species of plants. So that's a lot already. So I can say that I have an experience with alocasia, monsteras, uh, what else? Peperomias, you name it, Dracaena, almost a lot of plants actually, guys. So I try to be really diverse in my collection. Begonias, figs, a lot. But I'm still learning, and um, I can say that the past year has been a very enriching experience for me when it comes to plants. So you can ask me some questions. I'll be very honest with you to tell you if I don't know anything about it. But if I have like a personal knowledge or first-hand experience, why not? I'll be happy. Everlyn Sabine, how to donate in cash. In kind. Wow, that's really nice. You know what, guys? I still haven't activated the what do you call this? Somebody's telling me to activate that. It's where people can, donate, but not right now. But I'm really, really uh, thankful for your generosity. Clearon, my most favorite plant of. I can't pick one right now. You know what? It's like all of your children are there in one room, and you ask that question to a father. You ask him, "Who among these children is your favorite?" And then you're gonna pick one. Look, I'm surrounded by my babies, guys. Surrounded by my babies. Let's not talk about favorites here. Okay. Karishma Brahma. Which plant needs care the most? All right. You mean what varieties are uh, very hard to please, very hard to take care of? I would say it's hard to take care of calatheas. One of them, that is calathea. And another one would probably be anthuriums because you need to like have high humidity and yeah, basically those plants only. Some varieties of begonias as well, in my experience, because I don't have some varieties of plants yet. I have a lot already, but still some of the plants, varieties, cultivars, hybrids, I don't have. So maybe in the future, but this is what I observed. Those plants that were, developed in the laboratory, in the lab, they tend to be more sensitive. Like for example, Monstera Thai constellation, it's very prone to root rot. It's very prone to pests. It's something that is developed in the laboratory. It's not something that you can find originally in the wild growing. So basically, it's really hard to take care of hybrids than plants that are not are created by nature, by God Himself. Okay, you're welcome. Sabi ni Pao, yeah, a lot of people. But actually, I didn't have a hard time with Calatheas. If you watch my video, I already shared that because my environment, my backyard has a jungle environment, except for one plant, which is I'm gonna show you guys. This is the only Calathea that's giving me headache. Look at this. This is the Calathea white fusion, one leaf only. I don't know what's the problem with this plant. But the rest of Calatheas here, they're doing pretty amazing. Um, si sabi ni Jeng Jeng. Madinig. Marunong ako magtagalog, guys. Guys, magaling ako magtagalog, ah. Ah, fluent ako magtagalog. Kaya lang kasi ang dami kasi dito kaninang mga galing sa ibang bansa. Indonesia, Malaysia, Macedonia. So I just speak in English because I know that a lot of Filipinos are magaling din mag-English or nakakaintindi ng English. 'Di ba? Oh, Dottie and Crimson. Oo nga eh. Yan. Okay, guys. So, yeah. So that's about it for me today. So I would like to thank you for joining me. I hope that you can join me next time. And if you have questions, feel free maybe some questions na hindi ninyo naisip right now, you can you can you can comment dyan sa comment box natin. Kahit late na, probably answer that kasi I always check yung mga questions dyan eh. And then try to answer as much as possible. Naasar nyo ako ha. Marunong ako magtagalog, magaling ako magtagalog. Oo nga eh. Pwede, hindi ba pwede? Oo nga, hindi pwede. Hindi pwede mag-send ng question, ng picture here. You have to, pwede ba? Haven't tried. But sa comment section, parang wala. Sa YouTube, you don't send a picture directly. Oh, here's what you can do, guys. I have a Facebook page. It's called Plantito. Follow it. And then, you can message me there. Di ba? Pwede kayo mag-send doon ng picture. Kasi dito sa Facebook, ay sa YouTube, you can't do that. You can ask question. You can send a message, but not send pictures. Like for example, may papa ID ka, you can't do that in YouTube comments. Yeah, chat lang, tama. So follow my and also in Instagram I have my Instagram is Pinoy Plantito Neil, and my Facebook page is just Plantito. Yun lang, Plantito. And I do interact with all the followers of that page all the time. Yeah, follow lang kayo doon. Silipin nyo rin mga storya ko walang plans na makikita pero may hiwagang maririnig sa inyong mga tenga. Parang nakakatakot yan. Check natin si John. Mundo ni John. Parang ano tayo, mga mystery siguro na John. Tama ba? Hi to Marites Hernandez from Santiago City. Hi Marites! Kilala niyo ba yung Marites na sikat? Yung laging sa mga meme. Si Marites. Yan, check ka na daw ni Jeng Jeng. Oh. Ka-follower ka pa. I'll check it out, bro. After this. Magkakilala ba kayong dalawa? Alright, guys. So yeah, that's about it for me. I still have to do stuff with this. So I'm ending the live now. Thank you so much for joining me today. And I hope to see you again next time. Love you all. Bye.